It's the 10 most intriguing stories of the day on WIBC's 10 at 10.
Gomer Pyle, USMC.
Joining the Mayberry in the Midwest Festival this year, I think it's for the first time, right?
Absolutely.
Is Ronnie Schell, who played Gomer's best buddy, Duke Slater, Corporal Duke Slater, at Camp Henderson. So
that's right.
We're going to be going, we're not exactly right in the middle of Mayberry today. We're a little off to the side of Mayberry. We're at Camp Henderson, and we're also in the woods where the Darling family lived. Maggie Peterson Mancuso is here.
Hello.
Hello, Maggie, and it's good to have you back again.
Oh, it's so good. I've been here for 4 years, so this is my fourth festival, which I keep coming back because they're so much fun.
And Dixie Griffith is also here, Andy Griffith's daughter.
Hello.
Very nice to have you back here. And also Greg Schell, who is Ronnie Schell's son.
Thank you.
So we're going to talk a little bit about both the Andy Griffith Show and Gomer Pyle USMC today, and maybe a little bit about what you guys plan to do at the festival.
Great.
First off, CJ and I were having a little debate here before the last break, and we were talking about whether or not Gomer and Sergeant Carter actually became friends. And my assertion was, yes, they did become buddies because they even double dated. Gomer had his girlfriend Luann, right? Wasn't that her name? And
Yeah. I was trying to get Luann, but she went with Jimbo. Or Gomer. Yeah.
Okay, so first thing we'll do, I want to play this little piece where you actually, because I want to talk about your background a little bit, Ronnie. Sure. So you actually displayed a little bit about how you started on an episode of Gomer Pyle, is where you did some stand-up.
That's right, yeah.
What? Aha, this young fellow does impressions, ladies and gentlemen. Wonderful. There's a great audience out there. There's your microphone. You're on your own. Good luck, buddy.
Thank you. Well, thank you. Honestly, folks, I don't really sing or dance, and I don't have anything prepared. It's just that, the other day I was fooling around the barracks doing a couple of impressions, and my good buddies over there seem to think I'm pretty good at it, so, here I am. One nice thing about it, you get to meet a lot of nice guys. Well, like my good buddy over there, Gomer Pyle. Gomer Pyle. Golly! Hey, everybody, it's me, Gomer. Surprise, surprise, surprise. You want to meet my sergeant? Shazam!
Jim Neighbors...
I'm not really an impressionist, but that...
It was in the script.
Jim Neighbors is beloved here in Indiana because of for how many years he sang Back Home Again, Indiana.
Oh, yes.
About 4 decades.
Yeah, here at the Indianapolis 500.
He's one of my best friends.
Comedian. He was a wonderful man.
Yeah, I mean, you guys were never actually on an episode together, were you?
Well,
Maggie?
yes, I played his girlfriend a couple of times.
Okay, didn't realize that.
In real life, we used to go to the openings of movies and things like that. So we not really dated, but we were sort of a look-alike date.
Maggie and I used to have, seriously, breakfast every single morning in Toluca Lake where we lived. She'd go to Andy Griffith and I'd go to the Jim Neighbors, and we'd eat at the same place,
Patty's Cafe.
Patty's Coffee House. That was
not as good as the Mayberry Cafe.
Mayberry Cafe. I had no idea that the Andy Griffith Show brought all of you guys together. Some people may have said, these people don't live in Mayberry, but here they are, all in Mayberry together.
Oh, I feel like we're there now.
It's
Danville.
It's a really thrill for my son. And I'm impressed that he loves Indiana because he's a world-known photographer. He does a lot of documentaries and also worked for Mark Wahlberg in pre-production, and he loves it here, right, Greg?
I love it. Yeah, it's so great to be here in Indiana and be a part of the Mayberry in the Midwest Festival this weekend. I'm looking forward to meeting all of the Mayberry fans and having that small-town Americana feel that you really get when you watch the old Andy Griffith Show. You kind of feel that when you walk down main streets in small town America like Danville, Indiana. So it's great to be here. Thank you.
And I want to talk a little bit about, of course, we had Gomer Pyle got his own show after a while, and then they had to pick somebody to be the company clerk. And, in the world of Mayberry, you are still probably at Camp Henderson and probably are still a corporal.
That's true,
because Gomer, never made it above private first class, right?
Actually, I started as a nightclub comedian in Las Vegas. And then I toured with a group that was popular at that time, opening for them, called the Kingston Trio, folk singers.
Oh, yes.
And Dick Link, who was everybody's manager, Maggie, Jim, Andy, asked me if I'd like to be on the Gomer Pyle show, and I had never done a series, so I said yes, and that's how I got the job.
So you did not turn down a steady paycheck.
I never. If I had one line to do, I'd take it.
He's never turned down any money.
Bought me a house. But one of the things that I really enjoy, and if I may again give a plug to Mayberry in the Midwest, is that I have come. This is my first time here, but I've come to the Mayberry Festival in Mount Airy, and 3 years ago, I emceed and did a 35-minute special, which my son documented, and we're going to sell it, called Mayberry Days, right?
Yeah, that's right.
And it's really worth, because a lot of the people that were in Andy Griffith that's still alive are in it. So I'm looking forward to that.
And we'll talk about some of the people who are still alive, and we'll talk about some of Maggie's compatriots from the show, the Dillards.
Oh, yes.
Who are still performing concerts. And
they're terrific. Rodney Dillard was in the original group, and he has a wonderful group with him now. But Rodney and I were original members.
Funny guy, too.
He's very funny and very talented. They wrote a lot of the songs that people love, that are on there. Ebo Walker and
Dooley
and Dooley and Jim's tune, or Doug's tune, which is really beautiful. It was written in the makeup room, and Andy said, "What do you call that?" And Doug said, "Well, I don't have a name for it." He said, "Well, let's call it Doug's Tune, and we'll put it on the air." And they did. Andy was very generous with that.
And coming up, we'll also talk about Andy Griffith and how this whole thing came together with his daughter, Dixie Griffith, and talk more about Mayberry in the Midwest, coming up on the 10 at 10 on 93 WIBC.
This is the 10 at 10 on 93 WIBC.
10:45, just a highlight of the year here on 93 WIBC is when we have these legends in-house, people who are here from the original Andy Griffith show, and Gomer Pyle, USMC, and also Andy Griffith's daughter. Ronnie Schell played Corporal Duke Slater on Gomer Pyle. Maggie Peterson Mancuso played Charlene Darling on Andy Griffith. And Dixie Griffith is here as well, and Ronnie's son, Greg, is here as well. He is a filmmaker and documentarian. And I'm going to ask a few more questions. First to Dixie Griffith. We were discussing off air a little bit the movie A Face in the Crowd.
And great movie.
If you have not seen it, I would urge you to get the DVD.
Yes.
It's Andy Griffith. A lot of people know him from No Time for Sergeants, but A Face in the Crowd may have been his finest dramatic performance.
In fact, I'm really surprised when that film comes on Turner Classic Movies. I always stop what I'm doing and watch it, because it is, Andy Griffith should have won an Academy Award. He was so brilliant in that film.
You're right.
And you've got to be proud of that film and seeing your father just knock it out of the park.
Thank you. Well, the first time I actually saw it, it came to the American Film Institute in Denver, Colorado, where I live. And I remember being in a theater. Bud Schulberg was there, as a matter of fact. And I remember watching it from beginning to end, which was the very first time, and just being kind of blown away. It's like, oh my gosh.
Who couldn't be blown away by Lonesome Roads?
Oh.
Well, and who knew? I mean, well, apparently a lot of people, but I sure didn't. You know, that I had no idea.
It must have been a funny sensation for you.
Yeah, it must have been a funny feeling.
It was very odd. It's like, who is this man?
Well, he's
Because he was a wild man in this movie.
Oh, yeah.
What
He
an
was.
actor.
Well, he's had several parts where I wondered and questioned who this man was.
He married a little cheerleader.
Yeah.
I mean, it was
You know who that cheerleader was?
Lee Remick.
Lee Remick.
Yeah.
That was her first movie.
And she was
Left
beautiful.
Patricia Neal for him.
And
Yep.
Patricia
Patricia
Neal,
Neal.
yeah.
Oh, boy.
Well, he had a choice, didn't he?
Well, and
I
I
married Walter Matthau, but that would have been weird.
Well, and I have a quick question for you, Maggie. And once again, Maggie Peterson Mancuso joining us. You played Charlene Darling on the Andy Griffith show. I told my mom that you were going to be a guest on our show today, and she said, not only do I love all the episodes of the Andy Griffith Show where you had the Darlings, where you had Charlene in them. But was there ever any consideration to give the Darlings their own spin-off, their own show like Gomer Pyle USMC?
Well, there was talk of it. It just never materialized, of course. And the Darlings, the Dillards, had a very good career going at that time. They were touring, and it just never materialized. But there was talk of it, and then it didn't happen.
Then Maggie quit talking.
And that would have been a fantastic sitcom to have seen the Darlings. And Denver Pyle, of course.
Oh, he was wonderful.
Who played Briscoe.
The father.
Yeah, played the father in the show.
Wonderful character actor. And he was a funny person.
The best.
In real life, he was very droll and
and he could play villains, right? He could play villains.
He played a lot of villains in the old westerns, but he was very funny man, darling man.
And we know him best as Uncle Jesse on Dukes of Hazzard, but what a great actor he was, and what a great actor you were on that show for many years.
Thank you.
And a lot of people think that the Darlings were on every episode. That it was just a feature of every episode.
Actually, we were on 6 altogether, but they were kind of special. I tell you, Andy loved the music, and he was so thrilled when the Dillards would be there because he thought they were so brilliant. And he'd whip out his guitar, and the makeup man would bring his banjo, and it was like a little jam session when the Dillards were on the show, and he just loved that.
But he used to do that on Matlock too. He brought it to his second huge series. I know he had a couple of other series, but he brought that to Matlock as well. Was he like that at home, Dixie?
Yes, there are musical instruments all over the house, everywhere.
As Briscoe Darling said, you got time to breathe, you got time for music.
That's
right.
musicality.
So, Ronnie Schell, I want to come back to you just for a moment and talk about
longer than a moment, will you?
Well, we'll try that. So you got the job on Gomer Pyle, and this conversation is all over the place, but it's good. It's great. You got the job on Gomer Pyle USMC, but before that, you had actually been in front of a microphone for TV and played a disc jockey. It was called Good Morning World.
Now,
right?
that was during. After 3 years on Gomer Pyle, they were going to do a show which featured this go-go dancer out of Baltimore. Her name was Goldie Hawn, and she had just arrived, and they wanted a boyfriend for her. So they said, "Can we borrow Ronnie and do this show, Good Morning World?" And I thought, well, no, I'm on my way. So I left Gomer Pyle, and we did Good Morning World for a year, and then when it got canceled, fortunately, Dick Link was my manager and the associate producer of the Andy Griffith Show, and just took me back, and I went back and became a corporal on the last year of Gomer Pyle.
So you were able to, Mr. Roper was not able to do. You were able to come back.
Yes, I made my comeback. And the Good Morning World was a great show. It was just on at the wrong time. It was on during when Tuesday Night at the Movies was first starting on NBC, and we were CBS, and it was like every Tuesday night people would look at the TV guide and say, "Who will we watch tonight, Ronnie Schell or Cary Grant?" And Cary Grant won.
Okay. Well, I mean, fair enough, I guess. But, right now, who's here with us today? It's Ronnie Schell, right? So,
well, my background, and it still is working as a nightclub comedian. That's when I started in San Francisco, and I still work Vegas. I believe now that my good friend Don Rickles passed, that I'm the oldest stand-up comedian working regularly, not all the time, regularly in Las Vegas.
At one point, and by the way, you name drop like nobody's business because you know everybody.
That's true.
But at one point, you were called the slowest rising stand-up comedian.
America's slowest rising young comedian. Now I'm America's slowest rising old comedian.
Okay, so let's talk a little bit about Mayberry in the Midwest. I mean, you guys, obviously,
tell us about it, because I haven't been there.
Well, this is your first year, but Maggie, you've been there for 4 years.
It's delightful.
Dixie's first year, too.
We have a
number 2.
Oh, this is Dixie's second year.
Dixie's second year.
I know that she at least visited with us last year.
Oh,
yes, she did.
I did not know
we
that.
have a parade. We're going to have a basketball game. Ronnie's going to do 2 shows. And then everybody kind of walks around and takes your picture, and then there's games. They have a pickle eating contest and
kerosene cucumber.
Wasn't that? That's a lot of people's favorite episode.
Oh, yeah.
That's a good episode.
May I just insert that I will be doing the family type show, because I work Vegas a little different, so I've cut out all the Vegas type material. So I'll be on for 2 minutes.
You're self-censoring for 2 minutes.
2 minutes.
I love it. They said, "Can't you cut out all the stuff that you do in Vegas?" And he said, "Yeah, sure." And then he hands him a script, and it's a page.
And I say, "Good evening, ladies and gentlemen." So in conclusion,
No, I've seen him in Las Vegas, and he's terrific.
really,
Was it very Don Rickles-like?
No.
Are there some
insults?
He was a great guy.
The Sultan of
Maggie
Slander?
saw him before he was famous.
Yes, I did.
Really?
Oh,
okay.
yeah.
And I thought he had always been famous.
Well, he
I
was,
thought
he was an actor. He's in a lot of old movies. If you watch Turner Classic, you probably see him in a lot of.
But he was in that
Deep.
one episode of Andy Griffith, of course,
Yes,
where he
yes.
played the inept
One
guy.
episode of Gomer Pyle.
Was he in Gomer Pyle?
Yes,
I
he
didn't know
was.
that.
So was Jack Nicholson was on Andy Griffith.
Who?
That's right.
Jack Nicholson was on one episode.
Rob Reiner?
Rob Reiner was on it. It's amazing the people that were. But that was the talk in the actors loved to be on that show. It was a special set. It really was.
It was.
I didn't know it at the time because it was my first experience, but I never ran into it again. That was special.
One quick question I want to ask you, Maggie. Is it true that Andy Griffith is responsible for you meeting your husband?
Oh, well, yes, actually. Yes, I'll make it short, but I was his opening act in Lake Tahoe, and another group was playing in the lounge. Happened to have my husband was playing in the lounge group.
What was the group called? Seriously.
The group was Tommy Leonetti. He was a singer.
Oh, yeah, good singer.
Oh, yeah.
Good singer. And we would finish our show in the big room and go into the lounge. So we all just would hang out together and had a good old time. That's how I met Gus. Gus is a wonderful musician. He's a jazz musician.
Greg, will you be documenting Mayberry in the Midwest?
Well, I can never leave home without my camera. So, yes, there's going to be some documentation. I always find it fascinating to talk to the fans, especially the young kids, because I find that if you have a very young generation that's watching a show from that era, something that started in 1960, it's incredible. I mean, I didn't think there would be any fans, younger than 60, watching the show. But apparently there's plenty.
Well,
There's
Ronnie,
a whole new generation.
Maggie, and Dixie, and Greg, thank you so much for being
Our
here
pleasure.
this morning. Mayberry in the
Thank you
Midwest.
so much.
Great
All weekend.
You're terrific.
Come and see us. Please come and see us.
Greg Garrison coming up on 93 WIBC.